Academics, journalists and government representatives gathered in Johannesburg in September to develop an action plan to improve science journalism coverage. The event included a closed planning colloquium to explore greater usage of a UNESCO-endorsed science journalism curriculum.
But how do you know if you don't have a PhD in the particular science field? You really don't. And that's what makes science journalism really hard but really rewarding. Because it is journalists who can find out the facts. They're the ones who can reach the scientists and probe all these issues.
The two-day event saw the SA National Editors Forum, UNESCO, the Department of Science and Technology and Wits University joining forces.
Mr. MC would really be very, very much grateful to go the journey with SANEF.
I had no doubt that today and last night were going to be very important milestones in South African journalism.
A major challenge was identified immediately: financially strapped media houses cutting back on beats.
And we can't say that, well, it's also the scientists' job to do something very much outside of what they're comfortable with, when it's our job to get that story. I think
the group conducted a review on how universities can include science journalism in media curricula.
We only have 2 newspapers in South Africa having a designated science editor with a science desk. The rest is done randomly.
Stellenbosch University academic Professor George Claassen outlined the science journalism curriculum, which has 5 focus areas.
The first thing is there's a focus area on the environment and climate change. So we also concentrate on bioethics. It's a huge question today on that. We also concentrate on the relationship between scientists and the media. And with Tommy McCorde and the Department of Science and Technology, the workshops we present in Stellenbosch, Science Meets the Media in Stellenbosch, have wonderful feedback. The next thing is health reporting. We have found at research in Media 24 that health reporting stories are read by more than 90% of the public. And then the 5th point is the science and pseudoscience debate.
South Africa's top geneticists, Professor Michael Pepper from Pretoria University, Professor Michelle Ramsey and Professor Himla Sudjal of Wits, and SANEF ENT committee member Sarah Wild took part in a discussion about the media coverage of the Genome Project in South Africa.
There is no question in my mind that South Africa, in the next 5 to 10 years, is going to become one of the key hubs for medical research on this planet.
Yes, South Africa is a wonderful laboratory. The people in it have so much to offer, and there's so much that we can study. It is true that there are not enough geneticists.
The people who have the greatest diversity and the resources in terms of antiquity or the origin story are from the African continent.
The panel discussion was followed by the Profile Awards for Science Journalism, which was won by the Times reporter Catherine Child.